Hello everybody, welcome back to Art with Miss Hamadi. Today you are going to be learning how to create an interior of a room using 1-point perspective. So the tools that you are going to need for this project is an eraser, a sharpener, a black pen to outline with, a pencil, and a 30cm ruler. Of course, we're also going to need a sheet of paper to draw on. So the first thing we're going to do is create a frame so that we can work in. We need to actually draw a perfect square. So what we are going to do is start off by creating the square somewhere in the middle of the page. So I'm going to place my ruler. We are going to draw a 14 by 14 centimeter box. It would be easier if you keep a even number when you're drawing out your box in its dimension. So I'm just going to draw 2 lines, that is the width of my ruler, and draw down maybe 3 centimeters on each top corner just to find a nice corner to work with. I've already done so on the other side, so all I'm going to do is join the dots together. Of course, there are other ways to draw a perfect square. Just make sure that the box that you're going to create is exactly 14 by 14 centimeters and it is accurately drawn. So I'm going to do the same thing to the bottom. Mark out 14 centimeters from that line that we've drawn. Join it down. And now, of course, I can just place my ruler and mark down 14 centimeters so that we can close off the box and have an accurately drawn 14 by 14 centimeter square. So place my ruler on this side, mark down where 14 centimeters is, and then join these 2 dots together. So I'm just going to draw my line down. And there we go, 14 by 14 centimeter box. We can go ahead and write the title of our project as well. It is going to be 1-point perspective room, or you can call it 1-point perspective interior. Put down your name, your class, and of course the date as well. Alright, so now we are ready to begin. I'm just going to clean up my page a little by erasing the lines that I don't need. We should always work as neatly as possible, so erasing our pencil lines as we go is important. It is also important to keep our pencil lines light so that while we're working, when we want to erase our pencil lines, it won't show once we've erased it. So I'm just going to note down that my box is 14 by 14 centimeters here for reference. And now we are ready. Now to find the vanishing point of the room, we have to draw a big X that goes from one corner to the other. This is going to determine our vanishing point. It's quite simple. This is a way that we find the vanishing point for all interiors. We cross over the edges and we'll be able to determine it very easily. So everything joins into that vanishing point. Now we need to start drawing the back wall of the room. I'm going to create the back wall maybe either 4 or 5 centimeters. Let's go for 5 centimeters across. Of course, you also have to make sure that this is extremely accurately drawn. If not, the back wall is not going to be even, so we need to make sure that our lines are parallel. Of course, all horizontal lines are parallel to one another and all vertical lines are parallel to one another. So I'm just going to speed through this so I can show you the final result of the back wall. And there we go, we've completed the overall walls, ceilings, the walls, and the back wall as well. I am just going to outline this. At this stage, you don't have to outline your work, but just so that you all can see my lines and how I've constructed it, I am going to outline it. I would suggest don't outline it just yet. Draw with pencil, and then at the very end, that is when you can outline your work, just in case you want to add tables or little stools, a chair. You're going to need to make sure that you are able to erase the lines that cross over one another. So for this instant, I'm just going to outline first to show you all how the overall structure of the room is going to look like, and then we can move on to creating the other elements. So I've completed outlining. You can see that I did not outline the lines that cross the back wall or the box that we've drawn in the middle. And now we have all our points ready. We are going to start drawing the elements on the wall. Let's start by drawing a door first. Now it's the same exact method. We are just going to place our ruler, making sure that it is parallel. Of course, this is a vertical line, so you need to make sure that it is vertical. Shift your ruler over. Let's make the height of the door 8 centimeters. So we're going to draw this line down nice and lightly. And now the top corner is going to join into the vanishing point. So we're going to place our ruler to match both points and join that into the vanishing point. Now that we have the height of the door, we're placing our ruler. We can slide it along and find the end of the door or the other height of the door. I'm just doing this at random and drawing my line down. And there we go. Very easy way to draw the door. Now let's draw our window. Making sure that, let's draw our window 6 centimeters. We've got 2 points now to join into the vanishing point. So I'm just going to place my ruler on both points. Hold my ruler down and draw the line across with a very light pencil line. I'm going to do the same on the other point or at the bottom of the window. Place my ruler. Then connect that into the vanishing point. Alright, now we can find the end of the window or the other height. Just place your ruler. I'm just going to again draw this at random. Draw my line down, making sure it's parallel, and there we go. We have a window and a door drawn. We could actually draw the depth of this window so it looks like there's a windowsill. All you have to do is, from the 2 corners that we see, we are going to make sure, of course, that it is parallel. Draw your line in. So from the window, almost as if it's going outside the window, we're doing 1 centimeter. And again, at the top, making sure it's parallel. Compare that always. Go outside of the window, 1 centimeter. Join these 2 dots together. Now all you have to do is join these 2 corners up until that line. So I'm going to join this into the vanishing point and connect it onto the other side of the window. Do the same thing on that side or the bottom of the window. Connect it into the vanishing point, draw your line across. There we go. Another very simple way of drawing dimension or depth into your windows. You can add a little door handle if you'd like to. And that's a very simple way of drawing a room. We are going to now draw out the floor panel, we could do a wooden floor panel. Just going to mark out 2 centimeter increments up until 14. And all we have to do is join the dots that we've drawn into the vanishing point. Of course, I'm going to stop at the other end of the wall rather than going up all the way into the vanishing point. But let's slowly join each of these into vanishing point while making sure that we're holding the ruler firmly and our pencil lines are nice and light. Now you can see that we've got even more dimension within our room. We are going to add wooden planks, so all you have to do is draw lines across, but we're going to skip every other section. So we're going to draw one, skip, draw the line, skip, draw the line, skip, and then draw the line. And then pull your ruler down and you're going to do the same but for the opposite. Of course, making sure that your lines are parallel. You're going to start on the box or the section that you haven't started on, and then pull the line on and continue working this way until you've completed or reached the edge of the page. Alright, so that is done. We've completed the window, the door, and the floor panel. I'm just going to erase the lines that I don't need or my construction lines. As you can see, because my lines are very light, as soon as I start erasing it, I cannot see these lines anymore. That is one of the most important aspects of point perspective drawings. You have to keep your constructive lines light, because we create a lot of constructive lines when, for example, if we're drawing a more detailed image. So as I'm drawing this lamp, I'm going to draw a little bulb or a light on the ceiling over here. Try to understand that everything that's on the sides, the top or the bottom, will always join into the vanishing point. But if something is straight on the wall, that is at the back, or we're looking straight at it, for the most part it is flat. So I'm going to now draw a door and maybe a clock at the back wall to show you that if we're looking straight at it, we do not have to draw or join that into the vanishing point. So we're going to start with drawing a back door. Of course, we always start with the height of the door. So we're going to start at the very edge over there, making sure that it is parallel. I'm going to draw my line down. So essentially we're just drawing a rectangle on the back wall. And then join the top over here to have the height of my door, or the width rather, and there we go. We have another door. I'm just going to draw a quick circle here to identify that I have a clock in the back of the room. I'm going to add a little hand here and there so that we know, and a handle to the door as well. And there we go. Very simple steps. I am now going to outline my work, or outline all the lines that create the details that I've just drawn. So I'm just going to zoom through so that we can see the entire work outlined. So once we've outlined our work, we can go ahead and erase all the pencil lines that we do not need. This is so that we can have our blank slate all ready to shade in. Of course, shading in is going to be the next step of completing our work. All we have to do is hold our pencils to the side, and remember that as we are shading, when we determine the source of light, the back side of the room is going to be a little bit darker, so we're going to apply more pressure on the side of the pencil so that we can create depth in our work. And of course, if the areas, so this is the final work, I'll shade it in. So if the area is right next to the window, of course the window is another source of light, it is going to be lighter in that area. So use this example to help you understand how to shade. I hope that you all have learned something new today. See you all in the next video.